Yo, what's going on everyone? In today's video, I will be showing you the best way to level up this week in GTA 5 Online to earn yourself tons and tons of RP, making it very easy to rank your account up very fast. And in this RP guide, you'll be earning around 20,000 RP every 5 minutes on average, which could level up your account from a low level to a high level in no time. So if you go on to enjoy, please don't forget to drop a like on the video, but now let's get into this amazing leveling up strategy. The main thing we are going to be doing is the transform races, since this week in GTA, all of them are paying double money and more importantly, double RP. To start these, all you want to do is open up the pause menu, go over to where it says online, click jobs, play job, Rockstar created, and then stunt races. You will see here at the top all of the known unknowns races, and also at the very bottom, all of the unknown unknowns races are all going to be paying double money and double RP. The only difference between these is all of the unknown unknowns races are basically transform races where you could turn into any random vehicle in the entire game of GTA 5 Online. And all of the known unknowns races are going to be the transform races where you could turn into, once again, any type of random vehicle, but these vehicles are only going to be from a handful of vehicles. So for example, you could turn into any vehicle, but there's only going to be 20 possible vehicles that you could turn into. So once you start any one of those races, as far as the settings go, I recommend setting the race type either set to standard or non-contact, depending on which one you prefer. Personally, I always set it to standard. And then after, go down to where it says number of laps, and you'll see the max amount you can set it to is 7, but that is too much. I recommend setting it anywhere from 4 to 5 laps. This amount of laps is perfect because it makes sure that the race is going to be under 5 minutes every single time, and you'll also get paid a pretty good amount of money and also a lot of RP. But here's the difference between these two types of transform races, the unknown unknowns and known unknowns. I was kind of going over it earlier, but let's get into the details. So basically, all of the known unknowns races, which is the type of race that I'm in right now, you'll turn into any random vehicle, but only from a handful of selected vehicles for that race. So for example, each one of these races are going to have a specific set of vehicles that you could turn into. Let's say there is 10. So whenever you hit that circle, you'll basically turn into one of those 10 different vehicles. I'm not gonna lie though, those ones do get a little bit boring, especially if you do the same types of races, so I would recommend switching up the maps every once in a while. Because trust me, sometimes you won't want to turn into the same vehicle all the time. Like for example, in this one right here, you could possibly turn into a tank, and honestly, it is pretty annoying in this military one driving a tank. Anyway though, getting into the unknown unknowns transform races, these ones are my favorite because these transform races, you'll literally turn into any random vehicle in the entire game of GTA 5 Online, and for a couple of these transform races specifically, you could also turn into any random airplane or helicopter. And this can be very hectic at times. You could literally turn into a dump truck, or you could turn into a T-20s. So you could literally get the worst or the best of these type of vehicles in GTA 5 Online during these races. And that is honestly why these unknown unknowns type of transform races, out of the two different types paying double money and double RP this week, are my personal favorite because they are literally so exciting and very intense type of races. It also could be annoying though, because some people might not want to turn into any one of the random vehicles in GTA 5 Online because like I said, you could turn into a dump truck, yes, that super slow car, or you could turn into a fast car like the S95 for example, but yeah, not all the time you'll get very slow vehicles in these unknown unknowns races though. Most of the time, I've almost always got very fast ones, and honestly, I think the best type of vehicles are going to be those fast cars, of course, and also armored cars or cars that have a lot of weight on them, because those heavyweight cars, you could literally ram anyone out of the way who is in front of you. The only downside in these unknown unknowns races compared to the known unknowns races is the competition is kind of unfair, because if you get a completely fast vehicle and somebody else has a slow vehicle, there really isn't any competition there. So yeah, there is a lot of luck involved with these races. You could get a really good lucky set of vehicles, or you could get a very unlucky set of vehicles, but that is my favorite part about doing these races. Anyway, now that we went over how these two types of transform races work in GTA 5 Online, let's now get into how you can make the most possible RP from these races. And the way to do this is pretty straightforward. All you want to do is come in the top 4 positions every time you run one of these races. And the reasoning is pretty simple. Basically, the top 4 people in these races are going to be the people who are getting the most money and also RP from them, which of course is what we want. And from my experience, the top 4 people actually make a pretty good amount of money and RP, but everything after 4th place, RP wise and also even money wise, is honestly not even worth your time. A good way to make sure that you come in high positions during these races every single time is to have custom versions of the vehicles during these transform races. But that also could be quite hard because these vehicles that you turn into are completely random sometimes, so unless you have like all of the cars in the game, not all the time you'll have some of these custom vehicles. So the most important part that you want to make sure that you do during these races to make sure you come in a high position is to make sure that you are using the slipstream off anybody in front of you to make sure you are having a boost during the entire race, making sure that you are at the very front. And also try your best to dodge all of the traffic and collisions that are happening during the race, because a lot of times people are trying to play dirty, and as long as you dodge all of those people and get past them, you should be able to place in a high position every time. And as you've been seeing in the background, as long as you place in these high positions like 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and even 1st place, you'll always get paid a good amount of money and also even better RP. But of course, like I said, you do need to place in these top 4 positions. All of these clips I am showing you right now of me earning these insane amounts of RP is all from me coming in those top 4 positions. So basically, every time you come in one of these top 4 positions during these races, you'll be earning anywhere from 10 to 20,000 RP per race. And keep in mind, these races are under 5 minutes every single time. So now you can see why I made this video. These races are super overpowered to do this week, especially for RP. You literally earn anywhere from 10 to 20,000 RP in 5 minutes on average, and they are also very fun to play. But this strategy, as I showed you, is literally so overpowered. I did this on my PlayStation 5 since that account for me is a really low level. It was like level 90 or even lower than 90 once I started recording this video. And after like an hour, almost 2 hours, I made it to over level 100. And that was only after like 1 hour of me doing these races, but I'm definitely going to be doing them way more this entire week because all of these races are going to be paying double RP this entire week all the way up until January 16th. But yeah, that's now going to be the end of today's video. You now know the fastest way possible to level up this week in GTA 5 Online, to level up your account multiple levels in no time. Like I said at the beginning, if you went on to enjoy today's video and you still haven't already, please do me a favor by going down below and dropping a like on the video before you click off. And until next time, I will see you all in my very next GTA 5 Online video. Peace.